YouTube test just one here. Got another figure. This is a little bit different than I usually collect. So instead of a 1/6 scale, I've got actually 1/4 scale. Back in the day, I wanted to get the alien big chap and wasn't able from Hot Toys because at the time I was collecting so many figures and it just wasn't going to happen. So I missed out on the big chap from Hot Toys, unfortunately, and but still hunger for an alien of some sort, and of course this one come along. It's that big. I can't get it on my camera, but this is the alien 1/4 scale Xenomorph. It's the big chap from the 1979 movie Alien. Now this is from Neca. I usually watch a video from Marlowe MRA. He's a big fan of the Neca collection, and I know he's got a lot of Predators. Not sure how many aliens he's got, but I'm sure if he's seen this, he'll want to get it as well. First up, getting it out of the box from BBT, Big Bad Toy Store. Great packers, like their service, I always have. I still buy from them every now and again, and it was a big wow factor for me. Not having an alien in my collection, this blew me away, and I've been looking at a few videos that have been around in the circuit, and they're saying pretty much that if you were to get an alien and you haven't got an alien, this is one to get. So I'm glad that I have got it. I know my friend Carlos, 1/6 Carlos, has got this. I'm pretty sure I've seen it around New Year's sometime. He had a photo shot of him with it. Not sure if Marlowe's MRA is going to get it, but I've got it, and that's the main thing. So what I'm going to do, just quickly turn you around. It's got a picture of the alien. It's a figurine posing in a dark background, of course, and they're all the figurines poses. A little bit of writing here. Not sure if you can see it very well. Just pretty much a background summary of the first movie that came out and what it was about. It reads down the below here. Nearly 2 feet tall, over 25 points of articulation, jaw opens, inner mouth extends, and bendable tail. So yes, so I will get these out. Yeah, got some cute little fucking eggies there. There you go. Wow, aren't they lovely eggs? No. So I'll get it out of the box and check it out. There was like about 10 or so wires in the back there. I just preferred to cut them off with the scissors. There was way too many to untie. I have the figure out. He's nicely supported with a clamshell support for his head, which was also wired on. And on the bottom of this box just here, this lovely display here of the inside the craft, which the catastrophe unfolded, is another clamshell supporting the 4 tubes that go on the back of the alien. So I will put those on, and also a tail fin to go on the back of the alien. So yeah, I can see on the back quite clearly the 4 different shapes for the pipes and the fitting for the alien fin. So I will be putting that on. I'm going to have to work out how it's going to go on, but I'll work it out. For all yous that are just starting out collecting for the new year 2016, a very easy method for attaching some of these parts to these figures, especially if they're quite a hard PVC plastic. You heat it up with a heat gun. You can get it from your local hardware store, and then you match the shape to the back, and it's quite easy enough to attach. honestly, if you don't have a heat gun, I think you might struggle to get these on, or break near on break your hands, because I'm finding them quite tight. So you may want to go down to your local hardware store and buy a heat gun. Your life will be a lot easier. And the last one, bang. Hey YouTube, straight up, the figure is absolutely incredible. For my first Neca, I have to say, very impressed with the detail throughout the body of this alien. The one thing I did notice that the fingers you cannot pose; they're sort of pretty much fixed as they are, which is okay. I wouldn't have a clue how their fingers are shaped in the movie anyway. Very impressed with the skull detail of the alien, right down to the eerie eyes at the front here. They've done some sort of like silicone, very transparent style plastic around the mouth where it used these salivas, so it looks like saliva, I suppose. It has the inner mouth here which you pull out. It exceeds about a couple of centimetres outside the mouth, and I like the way the jaw stays open, locks open, and then you can close it. You have your couple of cords coming around to the side here, which is like the acid, I suppose. Yeah, as I said, the articulation is not, yeah, it's pretty good. Forward and sideways and tilting, you know, full pivot there. You have your, as you said, your 4 connecting pipes and your tail fin at the back here. Ratchet system in the legs. It's very, very tight, very, very tight. Almost feels like it's going to break. Honestly, it's that tight. It really, really is tight. So be prepared if you're going to get something like this to give it some sort of force, because it's very, very tight. But yeah, you see the detail right down to the pelvis area, the ribs, underneath his jawline, around the back of the arms, spine. Now from here on it's wired, and it stops about 3/4 of the way, probably 2.5 inches. The wire stops and finishes, but that's fine, and you can do a fairly good pose for the wire tail. What I mean by you can't go right up or anything like that, because it's sort of starts to flop down again. I'll give you an example. I'll put that one straight up, and this is what happens. So it sort of starts to drift down because of the weight. But that's okay, there's no drama. Feet, bit of pivot, back one's a forward motion. Everything's well disguised. I like the way they've slipped in these attractive pieces here to cover up the screw points. Yeah, articulation of the toes, everything's well disguised and very neat. And the knee area there, right down to the elbow. So no, I like it. I like the way they've done it. I like the way they put it together. Yeah. So, yeah, 1/4 scale. This is my first 1/4 scale I've ever got. And of course, you know, picture. If it was going to be a 1/4, I'm going to have in my house, and then it will be a big chap. And luckily, Neca has done this fine figure for collectors, and I'm lucky to be one of the party to getting this beautiful figure. So if you do have a few dollars aside, It's $100 US, so if you're in America, it's good for you. But if you're in Australia, well, you'd be looking at a little bit over 200. So $220 something it cost me, all up to get it posted. So, well, that's okay. Well worth it. I think the figure's worth an easy 200 anyway, to tell you the truth. So I'm going to get it into a pose, put the camera back down on the tripod, do a pose or two, and you can make up your own mind. I've got him sort of semi in an action pose. It's probably extreme pose, as extreme can be, I suppose. I found that the knee was a little bit on the light side, loose. Probably would be better to use the tail as a support to keep your figure as it is. Unless you're going to put him on his flat feet position, then you can probably do something with the tail itself. But as I have it now, the tail is used as a support. What else can I say? Yeah, just your standard points of articulation. It's not a double jointed elbow, rotatory shoulder, rotatory wrist area. Same with the feet. Pivots and rotates around. I mean, there's a limit to how far you can go, of course, otherwise you'll break the cords. They're only, by the looks of it, lightly connected on the back here, which is here. Looks like they might be glued on. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot, actually. It's just particularly the detail on the figure really gets me. It's got that sort of two-tone, three-tone look. It's got bits of bronzing and bits of brass, almost like a brass colour there. It's like a goldy sort of colour in it. It's got greens and it's shiny and slimy looking, so it's entirely glossy. So it definitely has that character of the alien in that movie. Size, wow, size. Geez, where do we start? Let's just start out with saying it's a 10-inch, just under 10-inch head. Depending on where you measure it from, it's over 10 inches if you measure it from the crown to the end, the other end. Well, from the feet up, so 7, 8, 13, 20, 23 inches. 23 inches to the top here is the size of the figure, so it's a very large figure. I'll just put it into pretty much a flat feet on the ground pose. Spins me out, the articulation on this, because I've never had a Neca before, so people that have got Neca are probably laughing at me because wow, it just freaks me out. Oh my god. Oh, I just think I'm breaking it, you know. Wow. There's some rough handling required with this. Let's extreme pose the tail. Let's do something with the tail. Just a straight standing pose. I could do something with the tail. This is about as best I could get the tail to pose in. So, yeah, I'm happy with that. Have his mouth out. Get another close up of the head there. The hose. Really loving it. Really loving it. It's just an incredible figure. Just standing alone, just like that. It's got a lot of character, you know. Alien is one of the best designs Aliens I've ever seen, to tell the truth, in the horror and sci-fi. It's just an incredible design, very clever and very old, you know. It's just got that old look about it. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I have to show you really. I just thought I'd just do a quick couple of poses and tell you the little secrets of how to attach these little parts in the back here. That's pretty much it. I just thought I'd give you a full 360 tail. There you go. So okay, 1/4 scale from Neca, Xenomorph 1979 big chap. Very cool. Okay guys, test just one out. Catch ya.